Do you like stress and uncertainty? Do you enjoy fighting with your partner and your family? Are you excited about missing out on large amounts of money? Are you looking forward to being a burden on your family or depending on the kindness of government to look after you in the future? If so, you probably don't need to watch the rest of this video. "15 years ago, I hit rock bottom with my finances. I lost my job, I didn't have any savings, I had no idea how I was going to survive. But that very stressful and unpleasant time was exactly what I needed to push me into getting started working on my personal finances and making some changes to my mindset, my habits, and how I approached money. And I found the biggest benefits of sorting out my personal finances weren't really monetary per se. The thing that's made the biggest difference to my life is stress. So I'm no longer stressed about money. And this is a huge weight that lifts off after a while. You almost don't notice. But one day you'll probably think about it and realize that you haven't been stressed about money for a while. And that is an amazing feeling. And that for me is one of the most important aspects of getting control of your personal finances. The second thing is less uncertainty. This is slightly different from stress, I find. So basically, if you figure out your personal finances, then you end up making some rules and creating some habits that work for you. And by having these rules and habits in place, you don't really have to think about money anymore. Everything's decided already. So it's kind of like waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth. You just do it. Once your money habits and your money mindset is fixed, then it's the same thing. Day to day, month to month, year to year, you know what to do and you just do it. You don't have to think about it. There's no cognitive load. It makes life much easier. If you have a partner or a family, then fixing your finances will transform your relationship, because you will no longer fight about money. You'll probably fight about other things, there'll be stress and tension, but money stress is one of the biggest areas where couples clash and fight and argue. And if you can get rid of that, it just gives you a lot more space to enjoy your relationship, enjoy your partner, enjoy your family without that constant kind of stress of arguing about money. Now we're getting into the money side of things. So basically, if you sort your personal finances out and you start investing, then your money can start working for you. It can start to grow. So you're working, you're making money. Your money, your savings are also working and they're growing. Now, the average return on the world stock market for the last few decades has been about 8%. This is over the long term. So year to year, it's volatile. So some years there'll be a loss in the world stock market. Some years there'll be a bigger gain. But on average, it's made about 8% per year. What this means for you is that if you start investing your money, then it's going to double every 10 years or so. And because this is compound growth, so if your money doubles every 10 years, then after 10 years, you'll have twice as much. After 20 years, you'll have 4 times as much. After 30 years, you'll have 8 times as much. And after 40 years, you'll have 16 times as much. This is why it's so important to start early. And if you've got kids, to get them started as soon as possible, because the longer you have to grow your money, the bigger the compounding effect becomes. If you don't start investing, your money's not going to grow at all. And in fact, if you're not investing, but you have debts like a mortgage or credit cards or car loan payments and so on, then compound interest is working against you. You're paying interest, you're not getting any growth on your own money. And the last thing that changes when we fix our finances is the R word. Retirement. If you don't have your finances figured out, if you don't have an image of what retirement is going to look like for you, if you don't have a plan to get to where you want to go, then it's quite likely that retirement is not going to go well for you. Some people end up depending on their family in old age, but most people don't want to do that. They don't want to be a burden on their loved ones. Others might end up depending on the kindness of the government. And personally, that's not something that I'd want to do. So by sorting out your finances, you can make sure that retirement for you is going to be possible and pleasant and not a stressful, bureaucratic nightmare. Now, sorting out your personal finances is not going to happen overnight. It took me about 10 years from starting to the point where I was pretty comfortable with all aspects of my personal finance. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I did a lot of reading, I tried things, I made mistakes, I got advice from people, and so on. The good news is that you don't have to follow the same path. Obviously, it's possible to, but there's a lot of things now that weren't available when I started out. The RetireJapan website and forum, great place to get advice and encouragement. Also, this YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and you'll get more content like this in the future. And we're actually launching a couple of things that might help you get to grips with your personal finance over the next couple of months. The first is our annual live cohort course, Your First 10 Million Yen. This course is designed to get you from nothing to the point where you have a good idea of how you're going to save up and invest your way to 10 million yen. Of course, 10 million yen is just the starting point for many people. They're going to go way beyond that. But that first 10 million yen can make a huge difference to your financial journey. If you're interested, you can find a link in the description that will allow you to sign up for notifications when that course is about to launch. The second thing is our first video course. So we're creating a video course at the moment called The Basics of Personal Finance in Japan. It's pretty much finished. We've just got to do a little bit more testing, some fine tuning, and then I think it's going to launch at the end of this year. So stay tuned for more news about that. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.